Joy,
Marilyn,
did you know that I once taught mythology?
I must have missed that.
Yes, I did teach mythology at Field Kinley Memorial High School in Coffeyville, Kansas. I had so many cool classes. Science fiction literature, creative writing. I know it's hard to believe that I taught a creative writing class, but I did. And I also taught mythology, which really threw me for a loop. I mean, I never studied anything about mythology, so I was actually 2 steps ahead of my students. And if any of them are listening to this, that's the truth. And there was no dictionary at that time to teach me how to pronounce the words or anything else. There was no internet. I know it makes me sound really old, but I taught in a small Kansas town. It was not pretty. However, there was one story that I knew the story of. I thought I did anyway, and it was about Pandora's box. I didn't know the whole story until I did research it in the library, and I found out that it was not at all what I thought it was. The story leading up to Pandora and her box was really quite different. You see, Zeus, or Jupiter if it was the Roman mythology, Zeus created man, who was Prometheus. Prometheus then stole fire from the gods, and for his punishment, Zeus then created woman as punishment. I mean, she was beautiful, she was wise, she was curious about adventures, she was intriguing, she was mysterious. So, of course, Prometheus wanted to marry her. And as a wedding present, Zeus gave her a box and then told her never to open it. I mean, what is up with that? So, of course, as any person would, she opened it, letting out evil and knowledge into the world. I know it sounds like a very familiar story about Eve and the tree of knowledge and the apple and all of that. Even though she, Pandora, snapped the box closed, all knowledge, evil, and punishment were released into the world, and the only thing that was left in the box was hope. Hope. Hope was to save the world from all the evil that was let loose by one single woman. I mean, really? Even the Greeks and the Romans blame women for their troubles, but that's another story. When I started thinking about hope, faith really came into the picture. You know, some people believe that faith and hope are synonymous. I don't believe that the two are synonymous at all. Hope is the expectation, the desire of something, for something specific to happen. Hope keeps the mystery of life. I thought hope would really keep everything out in the future. I mean, I hope I could buy a house. I hope I could win the lottery. That doesn't really sound very conscious in the way you're thinking about it. I want this to happen. I want to buy a house. I want to win the lottery. I hope. Anyway, you get the idea. Your want, or even your desire, may never be fulfilled, just as it is a form of torture from the god Zeus or the other mythological gods. Hoping that things are going to change doesn't really make it so. Hope is the thing that was left in Pandora's box, but hoping that there is no evil in the world doesn't eliminate evil. I know it sounds really romantic and fun for hope to be left in the box. Perfect, all makes a good story. But remember, hope being left in that box was a part of Zeus's punishment. You see, hope is not believing something is possible. In further analysis of the word hope, I looked at hope really gives you the projection of energy into the future, which sounds like affirmations. Hope is a designer energy. You think of what you want to hope for and then assign it a design, an energetic consciousness. Hope is like the designer of benevolence. Some say hope is healing. Now, can you imagine hearing a doctor say that they just want to give you hope about your condition? Usually they say, well, your condition is really hopeless. I mean, what happens to that person that knows that their condition is hopeless? Yet, hope does destroy depression and despair. You can't really have hope and be depressed at the same time. The key to hope is to refrain from making up your mind as to how those solutions are going to show up in your world. Which brings us to faith. Faith is really a trust in unseen energy. Faith is the complete confidence that something is going to happen. Faith is the belief that everything is possible and that we should take action, or we could take action, to follow the intention or hope, to create and accept unseen solutions. For example, in 2019, I found that my heart was broken. I mean, physically broken. The doctor said that the right side of my heart was severely enlarged over the left side of my heart, and that couldn't change. It could only get worse, which would eventually cause me to be on oxygen 24/7 and be unable to move around very much. Usually, people with that diagnosis had a life expectancy of 3 to 5 years. So the doctor did not give me much hope. But that was not my reality, and I had faith in my own reality. Now, I could hope that things were different. I could wish that I didn't have that diagnosis. But what do they say? Wishing don't make it so. Neither does hope by itself. Faith, on the other hand, seems much more proactive to me. I had to have faith in myself and my abilities. I had to have faith that God, in conjunction with my own proactive intention, could change that hopeless diagnosis. I had to have faith. I believed in lesson 77 in A Course in Miracles. I am entitled to miracles. Don't you love that? Or in the review of lessons 121 through 140, the theme of those 10 lessons, 20 lessons, is my mind only holds what I think with God. In Unity and all most other New Thought churches, they teach that God, the God most high of the universe, not the mythological God that punishes people, that we want to be really clear here. The God most high, source, is within us. That with that power of God, that speck of the divine within each of us, and with that fact, all things are possible. Charles Fillmore, the founder of Unity, stated that faith is the ability to see the invisible and believe in the incredible. This profound quote encapsulates the essence and power of faith. It reminds us that true faith transcends the physical realm, allowing us to perceive the intangible and believe in the seemingly impossible. Faith is believing God, Source, is a loving, honest God who will never punish us. Yet that may be a lot different than what you were taught. I mean, the Greeks have been teaching that for 5,000 years. A few weeks ago, we went to see a movie, The Shift. It's put out by Angel Studios, which brought us The Chosen, which is a series about Jesus, the life of Jesus from the perspective of the disciples. They also brought us The Sounds of Freedom, about human trafficking. The Shift, however, was just a little troubling because it was all about faith. Faith in God, even though that same God seemed to punish our hero. It reminded me of the story of Job. I mean, if you don't know the story of Job from the Bible, it's about a conversation between God and the devil. And the devil says that if man was not happy, wealthy, and wise, he would then turn away from God. And God argued with that and said that was not true. Well, In the movie, the devil character was actually your ego. I can't imagine God sitting down with your ego having a conversation. But the ego removed all hope from the people in the movie. Our hero, of course, disagreed, and his faith would return him to his happy life. I'm just trying to imagine this. So you have a conversation with your ego, not God. I don't think God punishes us to teach us lessons. God only loves us. I believe through God, we have free will. Our choices may look like punishment when we let our ego run away with us and we lose our faith that people are ultimately good at their core. It's truly all about the connotations of the words, as they are all subjective to your own belief system. This is my theory. If you hope things can change but take no action, you're still just hoping. That hope then becomes the desire that the Buddha talked about when he says that desire is the most profound form of suffering. When we stop and think about hope and desire and faith, when I thought about this child story, The Little Engine That Could, came to mind. If you don't know that story, The Little Engine That Could, Google it. You'll find it. Anyway, he didn't say, I hope I can, going up the hill. He said, I think I can, I think I can. I think I can, I think I can. Is that I think I can synonymous with I believe I can? You see, hope is really very different. I hope I can get out of this situation that I created that isn't very pleasant. But it is a situation that I'm learning from. I have faith, and I believe that to change things truly, I have to believe in the possibilities. And then I have to take action. I did not lose hope that my heart could change. I had faith because it was my belief system, and that has been proven by science, backed up from messages from the water. If you don't know what messages from the water is, Google it. I mean, you see, I had faith that we are a part of God. And in that capacity, as Adirondack says, we are the most creative life force on this planet. I could do what most science told me was impossible. And that was change the shape and size of my own physical heart. So therefore I did. Was that hope? Faith? Or both? In addition, the action that I consciously took, physically took, made the difference. That means that each day I loved my heart. I talked to my heart. I talked to the cells of my body, and I visualized my heart returning to normal size. I prayed, asking for God's help, but knowing, trusting, believing, having faith that it was indeed possible. It was never a part of my belief system that it was not possible. I didn't say, I hope I can, I hope I can. I said, I think I can, I think I can. I know I can, I know I can. I can, I can, I can. And therefore I did. So did I start with hope? Maybe. My thoughts shifted the possibilities against the factual odds because I took action with my own faith in the unseen to help cause that unseen to come into fact. Charles Fillmore said, thoughts are things. I know lots of other people said that too, but he said it 100 years ago. Thoughts are things. They have tremendous power. Thoughts of doubt and fear are pathways to failure. When you conquer negative attitudes of doubt and fear, you conquer failure. Thoughts crystallize into habit, and habit solidifies into circumstances. We have the power to look beyond hope into faith. Faith is the quality in us that enables us to look past the appearances of lack, limitation, or difficulty, to take that divine idea and to believe in it, even though we do not see any physical evidence of it except possibly in our own minds. Through faith, we know the truth that has yet to be expressed in the world. So in retrospect, we must first acknowledge that hope in a desired outcome may ignite the creative realm that we wish to fulfill our desire. I mean, how can we remind ourselves to have faith, even when life seems hopeless? I mean, do you ever ask yourself, where is your faith now? What do you hope for? And how can your faith in the divine within help that hopeful thought become your reality? Action. Definite action. I mean, thinking back to Pandora's box, hope was the only thing left. I guess hope was in the box, and so that was kind of a part of the punishment. The faith, I believe, was actually a metaphor that Pandora herself was the metaphor of faith, that she could indeed manage that faith to take care of the evil in the world. I mean, you are the one who can certainly have faith in the unknown, in the unseen, the faith that there is an energy out there of the Almighty that is indeed within you, all around you, and that Almighty is rooting for you, not against you. The Almighty is kind of saying, I know you can, I know you can, I know you can, you can, you can, you can. You are the ones who can have faith, take action, and then believe that it is so. Let's listen to some of the music of the master Randy Luna and then see what Adironda has to say about faith and hope and mythology and see the miracle that we create. So it is good day to you. It's good day to you, good day to you, good day to you. Good day to each of you out there in this reality. Which reality are you in? Are you in the reality that you are hoping that your reality is in the 17th dimension? Or are you in the faith that you can be in any dimension you choose? As you understand that the two are related, hope and faith, but they are and can be interpreted as exclusive to one another. Some teachers say that faith is nothing, that all you have is hope. And some teachers say that hope is nothing, and all you have is faith. Dearest, so which is it for you? You, indeed, must decide that for yourself. Does one lead into the other? According to the vessel Marilyn, nothing happens unless you take action. You can have all the hope you want or all the faith you want, but unless you do something with that energy, or unless you have some kind of a verb or an action word attached to it, then nothing happens. So we're going to ask you, what is it that if you were to hope for something, what would it be? So let us do a bit of a meditation today, so you can indeed breathe into your own hope and then breathe into the faith that you can indeed create, activate, receive what might at one point be interpreted as impossible. So take a deep breath. And again, take another deep breath. If you wish to close your eyes, as long as you're not driving, close your eyes. And just ask yourself, what is it that you might hope for your world or the world at large? Where is the pinnacle of your hope? Do you have the belief or the faith that what you are hoping for can come to fruition? What would the world be like? What would your world be like if you have the faith that your initial hope is possible? All things are possible. With God, with action, all things. What do you believe is possible? What you were hoping? Breathe into that. Breathe into the energy. I think I can, I think I can. I know I can, I know I can. I can, I can, I can. I think the world can. I think the world can. I know the people of the planet can. I know the people can. We can, we can, we can. take a deep breath and feel the energy rising within you to satisfy that hope, that desire, and know that all things are possible with you. Oh, now take a deep breath and just sigh it out. Move around a little bit, take another deep breath, and sigh that out too. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. So, dearest beings of light, we know that you expected us to spout some wisdom, saying, oh, well, this is hope and that is faith. That wisdom is within you. And this year, this next year, is about you searching inside for your destiny. You closing your eyes and stepping forward into the nothingness and having the faith that all is possible. Trust that action. Trust that frequency. Trust the knowledge that is not evil, but the knowledge of yourself. That is the connection between hope and faith. That little dash, if you want to put it in between the words and look at it, is you. You are the connective force. We've told you many times, you are the most creative life force in the universe. So know who you are. And know when your ego is telling you things that are contrary to who you are. And just say, oh, I love you, little ego. Now be quiet. I have more important things to do. I have other important things to do. There you go. I know you can. I know you can. You can, you can, you can. In love. Namaste. Namaste.